Expect more clouds on Wednesday, spotty rain possible, but a milder afternoon. Good Tuesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldrich, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center, where you can see how quiet it is on the Ultimate Doppler radar, presented by Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair, East Tennessee's #1 tire shop and auto repair since 1953. All is quiet here and across the Ohio River Valley. A couple of sprinkles that showed up in green there in central West Virginia, but not much more than that, as we have to travel all the way to the west, where they're getting pounded with some onshore flow in California that's now sliding across the Rockies as well, Utah and Colorado. High wind warnings in effect for parts of New Mexico, and they're continuing with the flood watches in central California due to all the rain that they have seen thus far. Our high temperature today, as expected, hit 54 degrees. We had some freezing fog to work through this morning. That wasn't always easy. 48 the normal high, 30 degrees the normal low. We hit 54 in Maryville, 56 in Tellico Plains, and 55 in Jamestown earlier today, while it was 62. Nashville, 61 in Memphis earlier for an afternoon high temperature. Expect more of these high clouds to prevail tonight. Not much changing there, but it will stay dry. As we slide into your futurecast, it shows a little switcheroo with the warm air to the south, cold air to the north and east. They will replace themselves or switch places over the next couple of days. Here's midday Thursday. Very warm. We're in the low to mid 60s with the possibility of strong to severe storms. But by 2 o'clock in the morning on Friday, we're going to feel the cold air begin to drain down. It moves toward Atlanta. It moves down towards, say, parts of South Carolina eventually, and we'll see some snow that actually sticks, especially in your normal places like the Plateau and foothills and Smokies. The question is, could we get some in the valley? I think there's some surprises potentially here as well. More on that in just a moment. But spots of rain Wednesday, milder, strong to severe storms possible on Thursday, with wet snow showers developing on Friday. So Friday will have its own set of challenges. Snowfall amounts about 5 inches here in parts of Delta County, Colorado. I mentioned all the storm reports that have been going on with flooding out west. One vehicle hit a puddle and caused the traffic collision. Oh, isn't that awful? I mean, all sorts of things can happen when you get a lot of rain that maybe they're not used to as much in parts of California over the last day or so. Let me show you how much rain that we can expect tomorrow, which it really isn't much. But if we add in Thursday, which the clock is continuing on, you'll see it really begins to fill back in. Half inch to an inch, certainly a possibility. I see 0.9 inches there in Middlesboro, about 0.7 or so around Crossville, and about 0.6 around Athens. So many of us will pick up about a half inch to an inch of rain that comes down with some of the thunderstorms as well. Storm Prediction Center focused on a couple of areas here. The isolated severe storms has been pushed up further toward western Kentucky, southern Illinois, southeastern sections of Missouri. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder for Tyler, as well as Little Rock and Memphis, but not a whole lot in Tennessee. You'd have to go northwest of Clarksville and near Evansville to find some severe storms tomorrow. But this will change dramatically on Thursday. How so? Notice the colors suddenly magically become yellow. The yellow areas represent scattered severe storms. So you got a very active cluster of storms around Macon, Atlanta, Montgomery, and Birmingham. And we can also include Cleveland, Chattanooga, Etowah, and Decatur, while Knoxville might find some isolated severe storms here on Thursday. As we take a look at the future cast, a few hiccups, little spots of rain may arrive around 8 o'clock in the morning to the south and west. And then we move into the afternoon, it's pretty much gone. And then we still see the clouds, but then it really locks and reloads on Thursday. If not in the morning, there's 7. It comes into Nashville. Eventually it'll be into Cookeville and slide into Knoxville. Late morning, maybe becoming a little more intense for the afternoon as the front slides through. But then by 6 o'clock Thursday, you might be thinking, we're not getting anything. He said it was going to be snowing. The front's already passed. There's nothing here. I don't see it but rain. Okay, hold on. Wait a second. Is that snow and blue? That is snow and blue. And yes, it's changing over in the Plateau and Smokies. That's 12:30 in the morning on Friday. But it keeps on coming. It crosses over, maybe around Morristown here, 7 o'clock in the morning Friday. But it doesn't stop there. Look at this. Oh, it's snowing in Knoxville. Well, what do you know? Maybe very little for Athens. Maybe very little for Chattanooga, as it might take or favor the horseshoe effect, but there's still a lot to be determined, as we're still watching several factors to put it all together. But meanwhile, while the snow continues, that's 10 o'clock, Friday night, still snowing. And I suspect there'll still be flakes, especially in the Smokies, as we head into Saturday morning. Precipitation types, because we know we're getting rain on Thursday, we'll have to eventually cross the bridge of freezing rain and sleet to get to the snow. Maybe it's brief, maybe it's a little short period of time, but we know that the wedge of warm air can play a big role as to how much we get more sleet or whether we get more freezing rain. Of course, when it's warm, a good wedge of the warmth comes in. It freezes on contact, kind of like the freezing fog this morning froze on contact, creating maybe some spitting snow, as some might have observed. But the future snowfall, I want to give you an idea of the configuration. Will give you a sense of what we're going to see over the next couple of days. It's not obviously tomorrow, but it'll be Friday and Saturday. I think there's the potential to have some surprise factors here. So I would invite you to check back tomorrow and the next day because we'll be fine-tuning that forecast. 37 your low temperature tonight, more high clouds and cool. Winds are going to be light and variable. Low temperatures 34 for La Follette, 35 Sevierville, 37 in around Athens. Wednesday, high 57. That's 3 degrees warmer than it was today. Spots of rain possible with an abundance of clouds. Maybe some hazy sun thrown in for good measure. 62 for Newport. 54 for Wartburg and 55 for Crossville for your afternoon high. Should reach about 61 in Tellico Plains. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville and East Tennessee. 57 Wednesday, 64 Thursday, strong to severe storms. Then it's tumbling down. 42 on Friday is what I expect between midnight and 3 a.m. So to think of it like an upside down day. So I put the arrow to be very clear. There could be a smidge of rain or maybe a mix, but I think generally we're headed in the direction of wet snow showers, and it continues on because we're down to 27 like we were this morning on Saturday morning. And if you get a lot of precipitation, it's 27, you're going to find that snow starts to pile up. And if you're disappointed with what you get during the day on Friday, well, you might be surprised how much snow is falling and sticking while it's Friday night and it's dark. Because once it's dark, lots can happen in East Tennessee in wintertime. Well, my name is David Aldrich. Before I go, though, make sure you download the Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic. It's free at the App Store and Google Play. Well, my name is David Aldrich. Some people call me Captain Accurate, but it's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.